SABC News reporter Corbin August now joins us live from Langa with the latest. Corbin, good afternoon. I dare say good afternoon at this point, but perhaps on this Easter Sunday, given what has transpired overnight, you could paint that picture for us of the extent of the damage caused by this fire.
Well, good day to you and to the viewers. We are currently positioned right here in the Joe Slovo informal settlement in Langa. And this is one of two areas where a fire wreaked havoc and destroyed dozens of homes here in the area over the weekend. Of course, between the two fires that occurred here in Joe Slovo alone, hundreds of people have been left homeless and destitute. And if you take a look behind me right now, you will see residents in this area who have been hard at work since the early hours of the morning, rebuilding their dwellings and trying to build a place again where they can find shelter and where they can be accommodated going forward. Of course, this was the two fires that occurred in Langa, but there were also other fires that were reported. One in Mfuleni, where two fatalities were also reported, as you indicated, and another fire that was also reported in Dunoon. So hundreds of structures have been destroyed in total in the combined figures for all these fires, and that has also resulted in hundreds of people who have now been left homeless and have been struggling now over this Easter period. It's a difficult time for them, but we do have reports on the ground, and assessments are still being conducted, and an investigation into the cause of these fires is also underway. But joining us now to give us a bit of an update and more details on what happened and what the situation is like currently with all these fires. We are joined now by the spokesperson for Gift of the Givers here in the Western Cape, Mr. Ali Sablay. Ali, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. We understand it could be a very busy time for you.
That's correct. We were first called last night to this current scene we are at now, where community members informed us that this informal settlement is alight. When we got here last night, the fire department was still busy putting out the fire and trying to prevent any flare-ups. We could do nothing last night as the fire was still declared an active scene. In the earliest hours of this morning, we received around about 3-4 o'clock more calls from the informal settlement of Doornbach in Dunoon. Currently, we were busy at the site this morning. There's over 100 structures that burnt out, close to 400 people displaced, and a fire that occurred after that as well is the mega fire of the day, which was in Mfuleni. When our teams got on site, the South African police services were on the scene. They managed to retrieve 2 bodies. There's currently still 1 person missing. That's close to 1,000 people displaced. So if you put all the fires together, it will be over 1,000 people from all fire people which will be left homeless. Of course, it's a very bleak Easter period for them, and especially speaking to some of the people here. Some of them just received their pay last week, and you know, in the informal settlement, people work with budgets. So all the food they bought for the month has completely burnt out. It's back to school coming this coming week. All the children's school uniform and stationery has been completely burnt out. We were joined last night by the National Departments of Human Settlement. They are engaging with the relevant authorities to see how they can assist these fire victims. But as we walked down earlier with yourselves, we can see how frustrated these residents are.
Okay, thank you. And Ali, just from Gift of the Givers side, just talk to us a bit more about your plans going forward, the kind of relief that you'll be providing and the assistance that you'll be giving.
We will be assisting all 4 fires with hot meals today, with blankets, mattresses. In the coming 5 days, which we will be assisting all fire sites, we will extend our distribution in terms of toiletry packs, mattresses, baby care packs. There has been a concern of new school uniform and stationery. We will be assisting each child that has been affected by the 4 fires with new school uniform and stationery. And thereafter, once they are permanently back into their place, we will be assisting each family with a food hamper.
And going forward, just how much longer do you think, how many days will Gift of the Givers be spending in these areas just to help the people?
We will be here for 5 days. We are in communication with the Department of Social Development, with the National Department of Social Development as well. They have come on board. They are just currently awaiting the assessments for the City of Cape Town disaster risk management teams. Once all the fire victims has been registered, they will be the SASA disaster relief aid will kick in. And the main concern is, as you see, the weather is changing as well. There is strong winds predicted. The main concern is getting these people to a place of safety.
Now, Ali, Gift of the Givers, you do such amazing work. and you're always there to help in a time of need. But from your side, is there any call that you would like to perhaps make, any appeal for any help whatsoever?
Since December, this is probably the 50th fire we are assisting with in the Western Cape alone. Over 15,000 people that we've assisted over the last 4 months. There is always a need for blankets, water, personal hygiene items. And the main concern is we ask the authorities, we're going into another election now. We ask the authorities, so the people are really frustrated on the ground. Permanent housing is the only solution. Yes, people that have experienced third generations of fire victims. Speaking to a grandmother, she told us she prayed one day her children and her grandchildren don't experience this. Unfortunately, her children experience it, her grandchildren experience it. She can't anymore. She hopes before she closes her eyes one day, she can live up to that dream where she has a permanent house.
And you've been speaking to many of the community members on the ground and just going through all these fires. I can imagine it must be quite traumatizing for some people.
Most definitely. This morning we were in Dunoon. A mother informed us a child, she wishes she can take a child out of this area and move her to another area. Because every time someone screams, the child is traumatized, there's a possible fire. As soon as she hears a glass breaking outside, the child is traumatized. There are grandmothers who are tired. They say they are weak. They cannot run anymore. And the trauma they've went through, they haven't received proper counseling. So we hope this is having a long-term effect on children. They grow up to it and they're not living the normal lives the children should be living. And besides that, it's not dignified for them to be losing and to be living on humanitarian aid when fires occur.
And then Ali, just if we look at the situation like this where we are currently now, here in Slovo Langa, just with regards to the rebuilding of these homes and these people needing assistance, what sort of supplies do you think are necessary for them to rebuild?
Of course, the only solution is permanent housing, but the temporary relief effort will have temporary building kits. So a national development, national human settlements has promised to provide them building kits. And of course, we ask people here to allow the City of Cape Town waste management to clear the site. There might be active live wires there at the bottom. There's water infrastructure damage. As you saw, there's sanitation, the sewage running down the road. So of course, this place first has to be cleared out before people can stay here again.
Well, Ali Sable, thank you so much for your time and thank you for all the great work that you do. We understand it can be a very busy period. We won't keep you too much longer. Thank you. Of course, that was the gift of the givers, a spokesperson and coordinator here in the Western Cape, Ali Sable, just giving us a breakdown and an update on this basically disaster weekend that we were experiencing in terms of fires here in Cape Town. 4 fires reported over the weekend, which is quite a lot. It's a weekend of fires that has never been really seen recently. So it's been quite a busy week. Hundreds of structures have been destroyed, and also Ali saying around 1,000 people have been left homeless because of these 4 fires. 2 in Langa in the Slovo informal settlement, 1 in Dunoon and 1 in Mfuleni. And Ali saying that Ali Sable, gift of the givers spokesperson, saying that they are calling for more aid, and according to them, they have been in discussions with the Human Settlements Department, who will also be assisting going forward. But we will continue to track the progress on the story, and we will bring you more as the story develops.